tell me a bit more about the Danish experience? So the deployment of smart meters, it strikes me that you're, as a country, somewhat ahead of the game. Tell me how it works.
Basically, for now, every utility in Denmark has to install smart meters before 2020. We have done our smart meter project back in 2009 up till 2011, and it was done basically because we had to do the reinvestment in meters anyway, so we might as well look at the newest technology available at the market at that time. And and that is where kind of smart metering started to get a foothold in our company. But also we wanted to actually provide consumers with billing based on real consumption, not based on 4 yearly guesses on what their consumption would be, but on actual consumption. So we would get away from the plus and minus calculation at the end of the year and all that. And that has saved us a tremendous amount of money because it was a heavy process in the old days and involved a lot of people. Nowadays, when we bill customers, the bills is almost untouched by human hands. So that has saved us a lot of money.
That saves you money.
Yeah.
What about the consumer? Does a smart meter save the consumer money?
Not if you just, if you put in the smart meter and you do nothing else, you don't change your patterns and you just keep on going the same way. No, the end consumer will not save money. And that has probably has to do with the regime that we have, the billing regime that we have in Denmark. We basically have a flat rate. So there's no difference to the end user, whether they use their power in the morning, in the where the load is low, in the afternoon where the load is high, or in the evening where the load is low. Again,
that's really interesting. So there's no incentive for them to shift their behavior.
At the moment, no, exactly.
And you think if there was that incentive, if there was a difference of pricing at different times of day, that would encourage users to change their behavior?
And all studies, all studies says that. The new study that just came out from the government says that when everybody in Denmark has a smart meter, what the average consumer will see, that they will see just from that and a 2% fall in energy consumption, so to speak. We done tests and experiments, but in a way where people had a huge incentive. We did sort of a competition in energy savings, so to speak, and we had consumers saving up to 17% just by, being aware of their consumption, having a proactive approach to the whole consumption part. Think about why is the light on? Do I really need the old fridge out in the old shed which does nothing? And 17% just by raising your awareness and just by, being active about it, that says something about the huge potential that is actually out there at my place and your place and at everybody else's place. So I think that's maybe you and I are not able to save 17%. It doesn't matter. We're still able to go a long way, and that's not by installing different kind of gadgets and gizmos in the house. It's just by raising your awareness and being active about the way you use energy.
So those studies do show that you can save money and it changes behavior. But some of those studies also show that after a period of time, the behavior kind of returns to normal, and so you get that beginning, that first year of saving money because you've changed behavior, but after a year you return to normal. Isn't that a slight threat to the potential of this?
Yes, it actually could be, and I think that's because I don't think it's not a thing you can just do and then leave it alone and do nothing else, and and you can just count on that will be the permanent state of things. You have to follow up and you need to keep continuing advertising stuff, making people aware, trying to get them engaged and all that, trying to raise awareness, and it basically starts from school level, so to speak, because it also has to do with generation part. I think the generations coming up now being totally aware of climate changes, climate challenges in terms of energy consumption. I think they will be much more eager to actually to engage in things and acknowledge that we basically have a common responsibility, I think.